as we blast through these absolute value inequalities, a lot of the work is going to match what we did in the last section, where we'll go ahead and isolate that absolute value bar. But we're going to have to learn how to deal with these absolute values, like these inequality symbols. And we're going to try to use a little bit of common sense. So let's kick it off by starting with this, what happens when the absolute value is less than something. In this case, I chose a 4. And like common sense wise, I'd say numbers that would work, like 3.5, his absolute value is less than 4. -2, that absolute value is less than 4. But numbers like, say, 7, that absolute value is not less than 4. Or -5, that absolute value is not less than 4. So if you think about it, you kind of can see that we're going to be looking to make sure that whatever this cloud is, I meant to make that orange, whatever that cloud ends up being, it'll be between -4 and 4. So we can write that as, either we'd say, hey, whatever that cloud is, it's less than 4. It's more than -4. Notice how the alligator is eating the cloud, so the cloud's more than -4. You can also write that as two separate inequalities where we'd say -4 less than cloud, and that cloud is less than 4. I prefer you guys be comfortable with this, but if it's not working out, then you can use this word "and" in this situation. Now, when we move over to the one where it's more than, it's a similar thought process, but it's going to look a little bit different because we want the answers to be more than 6. So, like in this case, numbers that would work would be like 7 would work, or say like -10, his absolute value is more than 6. But numbers that would not work would be things like 5. The absolute value of 5 is not more than 6. That doesn't work. Or like, say, -3. That doesn't work. So in this case, really, it's all the numbers that are not between 6 or -6. In this case, we have to do this with two separate inequalities. Basically, the stuff in that cloud has to be either less than -6, so like a -7, or a -8, or a -10, or, and you need that connecting word or, it has to be more than +6. So that's how we're going to handle this stuff, and as you see the examples, you'll see how I work through the math on this type of compound inequality, which is really two equations smashed together, and this type of compound inequality, where it's going to be like literally 2, and you can see that it's 2. But less thans always end up looking like this, and more thans always end up looking something like that. And as you go through practice, you'll see that.